What up, YouTube? My name's Teddy. This is the Teddy's Tokens YouTube channel, and today I'm going to talk about how you guys can avoid getting scammed. We all know that this market is full of scammers and rug pulls and people that are just looking to make a quick buck off you. So the best thing you can do is arm yourself with knowledge to prevent you from getting screwed in those situations. All right, guys, so the first way that you're going to prevent yourselves from getting scammed is by going to your Discord and then going to the little gear here on the bottom of the screen, left side of the screen. You're going to click on that and you're going to go to privacy and safety. And then you're going to see the allowed direct messages from server members turned on, most likely for you. So you're going to want to turn that off. The reason why you want to turn it off is because literally anyone that's DMing you is probably sending you a scam, especially if it's anything related to NFTs. There's really going to be no one from a project DMing you, especially from a project, because literally all of them say we do not DM you first, and there's a reason for that, because they know that everyone who's DMing people about NFT stuff, it's all scams. They're going to ask you to mint, to send your seed phrase, to send them your whatever for a whitelist or whatever it is. They're going to try and trick you, and it's going to be the first place it's going to happen is in your Discord DMs. So best advice I can give is close those DMs. This way, the only people that can DM you are your friends, and that way you can, if you trust somebody, you can add them as a friend. And even then though, be careful, because you never really know who you can trust sometimes, especially in this market. Most people that know each other in NFTs is just from knowing each other online. People don't actually know each other in person, so just be careful out there. All right, so the second way that you could possibly get scammed is lately, there's been a lot of projects that have been doing these closed Discords, and they drop invite codes on Twitter or Instagram or whatever. But there's been these scammers lately that have just been copying those invite codes, and then they use it for their own Discord, URL thing or whatever. And so when you put that into the code, it will bring up their Discord. So the best thing that you can do is just, make sure that you're in the right Discord, because these Discords are going to be identical to the original sender, right? So if you join the wrong one, you'll know it when they're asking you to mint or whatever. So just, make sure that, you're following along with the regular project if you end up joining one of these fake Discords. And at the same time, know that for these hyped projects, let's say right now Kahiru is a hype project, right? They're dropping links. The link is gone in less than 10 seconds. So if you see a link still there, or not link, but a code that's there, and you try entering it 10 minutes later and you get in, that's not the real Discord. Even if it looks identical and there's people chatting in there, it's not real. So just be careful about that. All right, guys, so another way that you could possibly get scammed is just by buying a fake collection on OpenSea, because once you buy one of those, it might not be fully malicious to your wallet. It actually might be sometimes, but it might not be. And then what you're doing is you're spending money on something that's not actually going to give you anything. But it also could be malicious in the contract, so you want to be careful. But the best way to avoid those literally is just to only use the official links provided by the original project that you're interested in. So go to their Discord, and then you click on official links, and it's right there, and then there you go, that's the project. You should do that every time. You can go to the project's Twitter, you can go to the website. It's always a link for the project or the collection from the project itself. So never just search up a project on OpenSea and think that's the right one, because there's a good chance that it might not be. Also, guys, something that I feel like is talked about a lot but not actually done enough is buying a hardware wallet and using one of those, because you can prevent a lot of bad things happening to you simply by having one of those, because you have to okay it in person. You can't just, on MetaMask, you hit sign or whatever, and it just instantly goes for you, no matter what computer you're on or anything. So as soon as someone gets access to your MetaMask, they can drain everything, right? Everything, and just send it to their stuff, and then it's gone forever. You can't do anything about it. It's gone, right? But if you have a ledger, what you can do is you set it up so that the only way that you can actually send something out of your wallet is by okaying it on the little ledger itself in person. So, to me, it's a no-brainer. It's really not that hard, and it's easy to set up too, and it's not that expensive. It's like $100. So whether it's a ledger or a Trezor, whatever, just get a hardware wallet. You're gonna make yourself feel safe. The only thing you can never do though is just let anyone ever see your seed phrase, because if they see your seed phrase, all they have to do is go to the store, pick up a ledger, use your seed phrase, sign in as a new ledger, and then they have access to your wallet with everything. So, buy a ledger, watch out for your seed phrase, whether it's your MetaMask or ledger or Trezor or whatever. I know I keep saying ledger, but I don't think it matters. But yeah, so let's talk rug pulls, all right? It's been a hot topic lately in NFTs, and not for good reason. These projects will, promise a million things and don't follow through with anything. Maybe you'll think it's really, really good art, and then all of a sudden they drop nothing, and it just turns out to be complete shit. And, a perfect example of that is going to be Pixelmon. They charged 3 ETH on the Dutch auction for their mint, and I think it ended at about 2.7 ETH or something like that. And they made about $60 million off the mint. And then once the whole product, which is the collection, revealed, it was nothing. It was just garbage, absolute trash. So, how do you prevent that? I guess just, look for inconsistencies in the Discord and the chat. Honestly, sometimes it's hard to spot. With Pixelmon, a lot of people didn't really expect that. But the true indicator of the whole thing was the mint price. The fact that everyone paid so much money for the mint, and they made $60 million off of it. And, they're saying, oh, we don't have any really plans for a game right now. It's going to come out in, X amount of years and stuff. And, meanwhile, they were saying all along, they showed trailers to the game. We have it ready, so it's just things like that. It's when you feel like they're lying to you, and at the same time they're charging so much money up front. Let's just get one thing straight here. Projects do not charge crazy amounts of money if they're planning on playing the long game. All right, if you see anything above like a 0.2, 0.25 mint, it's way overpriced, and there's a good chance the project probably isn't planning on doing too much more for the actual holders, besides giving them the NFT and maybe providing some bullshit holder perks. But for a 0.25 mint, that project is planning on collecting the money at the mint and then not really worrying about what happens after that, because they already made enough. But if you see a project charging very low amount, maybe 0.06 or something like that, then they're clearly playing the long game, especially if they have a small collection size. So, it's better to look at projects that are trying to play the long game, because those are the ones that you want to be invested in, obviously, because the founders are likely to be actually, ready to handle the project for the long term. Another thing you guys are going to want to look out for is doxed teams, okay? I will say, not every single project is going to have a docs team, even if it's a good project, but it's a really good sign if the project does have a docs team, because they're putting their name and their face on the project. Likely, in my opinion, that pretty much likely means that they're not gonna scam you, because then, it's on their back. People know who that is, so I think maybe Bored Ape Yacht Club wasn't even doxed until this random site, I forget what it was, actually doxed them for them, which was not really seen as a good thing in the NFT market, because Bored Ape Yacht Club has proven themselves enough, but when it's a new project and you have no idea what's coming, and they're promising all these things, you want to see a docs team. it's just going to make the project a lot easier to buy for you because you know you're probably not getting scammed. So look for docs teams. At the end of the day, guys, the most important things you can do are just using official links, closing your DMs, looking for docs teams on projects, making sure that your gut feels comfortable with the current situation that you're in, and that, you're taking the extra step to actually make sure that what you're about to buy is real, right? Look at collections on OpenSea, make sure it's the proper collection. There are ways that you can get scammed, but it's very easy to avoid it if you're taking the correct steps. Getting a hardware wallet, using the official links. Just try to keep everything that I said in this video in mind, and just stay safe out there, guys. It's the wild motherfucking West. Peace.